Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're actually looking at Conflux coin for mining. Now, over the past maybe month or so, we've seen a massive rise in the price of Conflux. Just starting back here in January, I know it jumped a little bit here, and there was a bit of news around that. And then we've had a really dramatic rise in the past, 8 to 7 days, something like that, where it's peaked up and went from 5.5 cents all the way up to 34 cents a coin. So that's almost a 500% rise in about 8 days. So this all comes amid news from China, and there's a lot of stuff going on around cryptocurrency in China, and Conflux is actually associated with China. I believe it's one of the only coins that are allowed to be traded in China. We'll get into an article a little bit later on explaining why it has gone up. But also, if we look at Filecoin, which is a Chinese coin and utilized by a lot of Chinese people, we can see that they have had a similar chart to Conflux in the past 7 days or 8 days. So they've gone from $5 per coin all the way up to a peak of $9.31 per coin. So an almost 200% rise on Filecoin. Not as big as Conflux, but obviously it's a rise for all these coins that we're seeing coming out of China. However, obviously I'm a GPU mining channel, so we're more focused on Conflux so I've actually made a couple of videos around Conflux coin in the past. And as you can see here, here's the video. I made it 9 months ago on just how to mine it, because it was very profitable at the time after the Ethereum merge. So when we scroll down, there was actually a latest comment that just said, "Nice one, mate, been profitable for the last few days." And obviously it's been profitable because of these new spikes. So when we actually head over to what to mine and put 130.90 in here, we got 10 cents per kilowatt hour. I know these figures on what to mine aren't exactly the greatest, but they kind of suffice if you're just looking for a generalization of what is the most profitable to mine. It'll probably give you the top 5 ones, and then you can just kind of dial that down to which one's actually the most profitable by doing your own testing. So if we calculate here and then we scroll down, we can see that Conflux is actually in the minus or in the negative by quite a lot, but that just depends on the price of your power. We could also use the 40 series cards if we wanted to do an example with more profitability, because 40 series cards are always going to be better than the 3090 cards. So here we obviously are seeing a lot more other coins like Nexa, Alphium, Conceal, Radiant, way above the Conflux coin. And obviously there's a recent difficulty spike on the network, and that's why this is showing here, just because there's so many people joining the network and mining this coin. Obviously people have been trying to mine this coin because there's new people commenting on this video from 9 months ago talking about how it's actually profitable to mine Conflux coin now. So when we look on that, we're getting around 19 cents in profit from Conflux coin. There are obviously other profitable coins on what to mine, like Nexa or like Casper or Radiant or Alphium. So I don't know if it's really the best option to actually start mining Conflux. I think it's just going to drop down, or it might just stay at the same price, and then the difficulty will spike and it won't become as profitable anymore. However, I do want to talk about selling it, because obviously there's times to sell these coins. I didn't actually mine any of the Conflux coin just because I didn't feel like China were heading in a direction that allowed them to use cryptocurrencies. I thought they were going to go for a central bank digital currency. However, obviously there's been big news, and let's get into the news of why this has actually happened. So here we have an article from Cointelegraph saying China's only public blockchain, Conflux, sees CFX price skyrocket 1,300% in 2023. So this is over the course of 2023, not just the last 8 days. But we did see that spike at the end of January, which kind of led to this happening at the end of February. So Conflux network is nearly up 500% in the past week, with Conflux emerging as one of the best performing crypto assets in 2023, as China appears to be warming towards cryptocurrency trading. Interestingly, Conflux network, also known as a Shanghai Tree Graph Blockchain Research Institute, is the only regulatory compliant public and permissionless blockchain in China. Conflux is a layer 1 blockchain operating on a hybrid proof of work and proof of stake mechanism. So if you actually mine this, you can actually stake it afterwards for more Conflux. Conflux price has rallied nearly 1,335% year to date to reach a price of 32 cents per coin as of February 24th, which it actually isn't February 24th yet. It's only February 22nd, so I don't know why they've put that in there. And then in comparison, the combined market capitalization of crypto assets has surged approximately 45% year to date. Why is Conflux network price rallying? The strong fundamentals have primarily driven the CFX price higher in 2023. For instance, Conflux's price increased more than 90% on January 26th, 2 days after the Conflux network partnered with Little Red Book, a China-based social media platform. So that was that spike here. If we look right there, that was the spike for that collaboration between the Little Red Book. And then that was 90% on January 26th. The partnership enabled Conflux Network to bring its services to Little Red Book's 200 million users. Similarly, on February 15th, Conflux Network partnered with China Telecom to develop and pilot a blockchain card service in Hong Kong, thus gaining exposure to the 350 million users. CFX price has rallied 450% after the announcement. So that's the reason for it, but we're also seeing other coins in that Chinese kind of realm shoot up as well. As I said, with Filecoin, that's had a massive spike. So this Conflux is actually bringing a lot more exposure to these other coins that aren't necessarily having partnerships, but just because they're lumped in with the same kind of group. The high profile deals also helped boost queries for keywords related to Conflux Network, thus hinting an increase in retail interest. For instance, the worldwide Google trend for the keyword Conflux Network reached 93 and 100 in January, and in February 12th to 18th period. Social media was mostly focused on Conflux major network partnership deals, according to the data from Sentiment Show below. In addition, the Conflux market bull run also comes ahead of the vote for its token burn proposal sometime this week. So they had an update to burn some tokens, and they proposed it this week as well. So then it just goes over, how to trade Conflux. They always do this at the end of it, like, oh, is there going to be a low? Is there going to be a high? I don't really mind about trading Conflux because, I'm kind of in it just to hold coins, and then we'll see where they go in the future. Surprisingly, I actually didn't have any Conflux, even though I did make a video on it, as we can see here, 9 months ago. I don't really know what the price of Conflux was 9 months ago. If we can check here, it was certainly lower. So that was around here, I guess. So it was 8.3 cents and it's now up to 28 cents. So, I would have made around triple the profit from mining it, but it was also profitable back then. So I was probably going to be selling it anyway. But hopefully you guys sold some Conflux coin. I just wanted to make you aware that it was profitable, and there's a couple of GPUs that it still is profitable on. You just got to search around, namely the 40 series and the 30 series if you're overclocking them properly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.